and welcome back to my channel. So today I have tried to recreate the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk look. I mean, I think I failed, but I tried my hardest. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I thought this would be a good idea because the other day I had this look done professionally by one of the ladies at my local John Lewis, and I thought I'd try and recreate it. And I mean, my makeup looks pretty, but it looks nothing like the Pillow Talk look. I feel like I've gone a little bit too cool on my eyes, but I'm not going to get into it. You can watch and see what happens and where it all goes wrong. But I still really like my makeup, so I'm going to still upload the vid. Please don't give me hate because it looks nothing like the photo, but I mean, I tried and it doesn't look too bad. So yeah, if you'd like to see how I got the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk look, then please carry on watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is of course moisturise my face. Now, obviously if you're going to have your makeup done at Charlotte Tilbury, she's going to use the magic cream. I have used the magic cream. I had like a little mini tester pot last year for my birthday and I really liked it, but I wouldn't ever purchase the full size. I feel like I've tried many moisturisers that are just as good. So I'm going to use the Vitamin E Intense Moisture Cream. This is like from the range at Superdrug, and this is amazing. Like, if you are kind of after something similar to the magic cream, of course it's not going to be the same or you know, have the same qualities that the magic cream has, but this is a really intense moisturiser, like really thick and really moisturising, but I really like it. Of course this is going to be a very dewy look because it is Charlotte Tilbury. I feel like there's not really many looks that are really like matte skin, it's always really glowy skin. So I've moisturised and now I'm going to move on to my foundation. Okay, so if you wonder, I'm following the video from Charlotte Tilbury's YouTube channel, and she's just applied the magic cream. She also applies the Eye Rescue, but I don't really have any eye creams at the minute, so I'm not going to use that. And the next thing she does is Wonder Glow. My sister, I think my sister might have that. However, with the foundation that I've chosen to use, I feel like it's going to be too glowy and dewy and it's just going to look silly. So I'm going to use the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I don't even know if this is classed as a foundation or like a primer or a base, but I use it as a foundation, and it's kind of like a primer, base and foundation all in one because it's really glowy, and I feel like it's something you would probably wear underneath your foundation, but it comes on this big old applicator and it's so glowy and it's amazing. Like, this is probably one of the best foundation slash face products I've ever tried. The sponge. I know that at Charlotte Tilbury they use a brush, but I mean, it just doesn't work very well for me, so I'm just going to use my Real Technique sponge because it's wonderful. My skin looks like now that I've applied the Hollywood Flawless Filter. You can tell that it really does make your skin look flawless. It's just a really good foundation, like, it's great. Moves you a little bit closer. I feel like I keep you a little bit far away. I'm looking really shiny right now. But the next thing that she uses is the concealer. My sister also does have this concealer, but it was nearly run out and I felt really bad asking if I could use it, so I'm going to use this EX1 Delete Fluid Concealer. This is really good concealer. Like, it works so well, and I've had this for a while now and I've only used half of it. And I'm just going to squeeze it onto the end of like the pointy part of my sponge and just put it directly under my eyes. And in the video, the lady just uses the concealer underneath the girl's eyes and also just on any blemishes. She doesn't really do any like highlighting of her skin, which is quite nice because I don't really like the whole like highlighted look with concealer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to powder because obviously I'm looking incredibly dewy. I'm just going to use my Natural Collection matte press powder in Cool. This is what it's looking like. This was literally under £2 and I'm going to just really lightly powder my face. I don't like too much powder, and especially because this foundation is so glowy. I don't want to just completely like ruin the glow I've got on my face. Some of you may hate this glow, but I really like it. My skin's done. I'm going to move on to my eyebrows because the next thing Charlotte does is the eyebrows after the face. So I'm just going to use this CYO Brow Sculpting pencil. In the video she obviously uses one of the Charlotte Tilbury brow pencils, but it's literally exactly the same as this. It's like angled on one end and with a spoolie on the other. So I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows. She has quite bushy eyebrows, so I'm going to have to see if I can do mine kind of similar. They're not bushy at all, but I think I'm just going to fill them in like how I would usually do them because I just can't get them to look like hers. My eyebrows done. I love this pencil. It's literally lasted me the longest time. What I'm going to do is my eyes. I do have a Charlotte Tilbury palette here. This is my sister's. It is the Uptown Girl palette though, so it's not actually the Pillow Talk palette, but I also do have this MAC palette that has loads of like pink shades in and looks like this. So I'm going to use a mixture of these two palettes and see if I can try and create the Pillow Talk look with the lightest shade in the palette, which is this shade here. And I think a lot of the shades, shade 1, are similar in all the palettes because obviously Charlotte Tilbury do loads of different quads like this. So I'm just going to take a really fluffy brush and apply the shade 1 all over my eye. So with the Charlotte Tilbury looks, they always take that first shade literally all the way up to your eyebrow, so it covers the whole entirety of your like eye basically. Fun fact, I actually went for a Charlotte Tilbury interview. Quite funny, I had to basically take in a friend and do her makeup, and it was probably one of the most scary things I've ever done. Taking it right into the inner corner of my eye, and also kind of, she does it underneath, but that's not gonna really work wonderfully because my brush is so big. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this MAC shade, I think it's called Poppy Seed, and it's this one here. This is one that's probably most similar to the one in the Charlotte Tilbury palette. And I'm literally just going to follow what she does in the video and kind of like put it in my crease. This kind of just looks like every other eye makeup look I do. Okay, I'm going to stop there because she uses not very much of that, and I don't want it to make it look too dark. I'm then just going to mix a couple of the shades together from this MAC palette and use this shade here and also this shade, and I'm just going to mix them. And she's now using like the really dark shade, but I don't really have a shade like that, so I'm going to just try and come up with something. questionable. I'm now going to apply this shade, which is shade 4 from the Charlotte Tilbury palette, and she uses her fingers to apply this, so I'm just going to take my ring finger and like press this on. Pretty that looks. I mean, it does not look like the Pillow Talk look at all, but it looks cute, so I mean, I think I'm going to mix it with the first shade we used. Now I'm just going to curl my eyelashes using these Ted Baker eyelash curlers and apply some mascara to my lashes. Just bloody prodded myself in the eye, wonderful. They're a little bit more cool toned than the Pillow Talk look, but I mean, I like it. So the next thing I have to do is I need to put a little bit of bronzer on. So I'm going to use this palette that I've been using for my mirror, and this is the Benefit Party Like a Flock Star palette, and it's got like loads of different shades of eyeshadow, and then it's got the Dandelion blush, the California blush, and the Hoola bronzer in there. So I'm going to use the Hoola bronzer to just kind of warm my face up a little bit. I put a little bit because the foundation is quite bronzy and I don't really need to bronze my skin that much. I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of eyeshadow like underneath my eye. Hang on a minute there, because I'm going to put on some lip liner. I actually don't own the Pillow Talk lip liner. I was debating getting it for with my gift card that I had for my birthday off my sister's, because I got some things from Charlotte Tilbury. But I didn't get it in the end because I got a lipstick instead, because I thought I was, oh my god, my bum's got them. Yeah, I got a lipstick instead, so I'm just going to use this one from Primark, which I always use, and it's kind of like a very nude pink. Now that is very overlined. I'm then going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick. This is like not the original lipstick, it's like one of the thin ones. I think this is like a glossy version, and then the normal Pillow Talk is a matte version, so I'm just going to pop some of this on. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly pop on some blush. I'm going to use the Dandelion blush from Benefit, because this is quite similar to the blush from Charlotte Tilbury that they use in the video. So I'm just going to, you know, then I'm going to pop on a little bit of highlighter. I also don't own, but really want to own, the Film Star Bronze and Glow, but I'm just going to use this little highlighter from this e.l.f. palette, because this is like my most natural highlighter, and I'm just going to like swish, I think kind of on my cheeks and also on my cheekbones. And to finish, I'm going to pop a tiny bit of this lip gloss on, which is also from Charlotte Tilbury, and it's in the shade Sweet Stiletto. So yeah, this is the finished look. It literally looks nothing like the Pillow Talk look, but this is me trying to make it look like it, but I think I kind of failed. Come on, let's be real. I mean, I think everything's a little bit too pink. So that's the finished makeup look. I really hope you enjoyed it. I can't stop staring at my forehead. Like, look at this. My forehead is so shiny and it doesn't bloody help because I have such a big forehead. I really like the look. I mean, it didn't really turn out like the Pillow Talk look. I mean, I used a couple of the Charlotte Tilbury products that I really like, especially the foundation. This is one of the best foundations I've ever tried, and it's wonderful and I highly recommend. But yeah, I really hoped you enjoyed this video. It was just a bit of fun and me trying to recreate a look, but I kind of didn't do it too great. But I mean, the eyeshadow is still pretty. I don't know, but yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time. Bye!